Wow. Yep. Well, and what were you were just quoting Jesus the other day, Paul. People are not going to like it. People are not going to like you
Yeah.
when you say your truth, but
Yep.
and we can always hope we planted some seeds. That's the hope, right?
Yep.
Hi, Adrian.
Good morning. How are you this day, Cara?
Good. It's a beautiful day. Just driving my boy to school. He sleeps on the way to school, so
Is it a long drive?
it's nice and it's quiet. It's a beautiful drive. It really is. It's long, but lovely.
Okay, that's what it's
I was wondering what you were working on. Was that day before yesterday with your big tub of water, I think?
Which one?
Or was that your apple things?
No, not yet. Apples are not quite ready.
Right.
That was dandelion.
Oh, nice.
And so I was trimming leaves, and then the next process was to clean the roots.
Oh, great.
Yeah, they're a whole lot more yummy than I anticipated. So now I want a lot of dandelion roots.
Awesome. Yeah, they're such great medicine. So are you planning to do anything in particular with them, or just have them on hand?
Well, a little of this, little of that. The roots, they might turn into tea if I don't eat them as potatoes first, because I did an experiment where I cooked them up and mashed them like potatoes, and they're amazing. They're just amazing.
Wow.
Did not get
That's so cool.
potato crash or the potato hungries or anything like that. Needed to start with a little bit less than a cup of mashed roots.
Wow.
So yeah, no, I'm really inspired to go and harvest more and yeah.
And so great for your liver, and how cool.
Yeah, I find it quite interesting because I'm consuming dandelion leaf, lamb's quarters, stinging nettle, and I don't find them bitter at all. And as a matter of fact, it's like, give me more. I'm starving for you.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, the bitters are so important, but most people are just completely repelled.
Well, we are conditioned to the sweet, right? Even our fruits have been engineered to be more sweet than actually is optimal.
Right.
Actually, the last time I bought Granny Smith apples, I noticed how sweet they were, and they're normally very tart.
Wow. I'd love to find out more about your products. I know Michelle has reached out about that, but do you have a website? That's the big joke, huh?
As I understand, it's in process.
Nice. Well, that just gives you an opportunity to dream into it more, right?
Oh, no, that's a problem. There's already a reasonable list of things that I offer, and this season I'm adding like 5 maybe categories,
Wow.
Or items. And then that's just the individual, because they can be tea, they can be food, they can be a poultice, skincare,
tinctures.
So
crabapple infused alcohol.
Yeah. Oh yes.
You have the most wonderfully decentralized product line.
Yeah.
It's very
decentralized distribution.
So yeah, no. As I understand it, a website is en route, and then it's to populate it with all the things. My challenge is that I experiment with something for a period of time. I'm all excited, and then I'm bored, and I move on to the next thing. But I have all this stock for this other stuff.
The fun is transforming it into something new, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's something that not only is appealing to me, but that it is appealing to another that I can sell, offer it as a business offering.
Yeah.
Because I know that I'm.
Well, you have your.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. You know that you're what?
Odd, unusual.
Oh,
Yeah, when I look at the plants in the garden, I don't see weeds. I see, are you food or are you medicine?
uh-huh.
And
That's the
sometimes
best kind of odd I
they're
know.
poisonous, but that's okay too. It's good to know.
Mhm. Yeah. Well,
I know
that
if
just.
carrots and potatoes and things show up, great. Something organic.
Well, you've got a lot of amazing experience under your belt, which every round of something new will just have that much more integrity.
Thank you. It's a lot of fun. I'm amazed that I get to live this life as I currently am. I get to play every day.
I love that.
Me too. Soon I will have to rest, but for now. Well, you see, what I have a cycle of energy, and it's almost borderline manic with the amount of energy that I have and the creativity, and then it comes to a screeching halt almost all of a sudden, and then I have to take like a month or two just to rest, to do nothing. And so it's this thing. And acknowledging that and being okay with, gosh, I can see that there's just so much to do there. Like after market analysis, I'm going to the garden because there's plantain and horsetail to harvest.
Wow.
I just can't. I look at it and think people need this stuff, and I have the energy right now to do it, to process it. So do it now, and then when we're at market, then it can be. That gift of my energy and my time can be shared.
Yeah. Yep. And all kinds of people are learning new things because of that as well. What can I ask? Do you have the straight horsetail or the branching?
What do you mean by branching?
We're only familiar with one kind.
There's a kind that doesn't branch. There's a kind that just grows straight up, and a kind that branches.
Well, the kind that we have kind of looks like a bottle brush, where it has a central core and then bristles off, and the bristles are straight.
Okay.
Is that what you're talking about?
I'm not exactly sure, because I've been following this man who has he says get the non-branching for the thing that he's talking about, and he said most of it out there is the branching. I'm guessing that is the, I don't know. I know the I have the specific I don't know if it's a subspecies or if they're two separate species, but I have the name written down somewhere, so I'll find it and ask you which one you have.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble finding seeds for this, but I would really like to be able to
you see, what I'm
seeds.
finding with horsetail is that it's like quackgrass. It puts out runners.
Uh-huh.
It's not a single. I wonder what it's called. Yeah, it doesn't put out just a single root system. It's multifaceted.
Gotcha. Nice.
Yeah, we have a few different ones. There's this one. This is probably the most common, especially in the forest. And then these ones are younger. And then we get this one here. It's not showing up very well.
Wow, I didn't realize there were so many.
And then there is this horsetail that's more like a grass. When you were describing what he was describing, that's what I was thinking of.
You guys should check out this guy. Have you heard of Doug Simons? He's in the Sonoran Desert, and he studied with. He basically spent many years with a few different native tribes and learned their way of taking care of things without antibiotics. And he has a video he's done specifically about teeth and how you can take care of your teeth without a dentist. And his main offering around that is having a teaspoon, heaping teaspoon full of horsetail powder for about 5 days in a row, and then taking off 5 days and going 5 days on and off. Okay, bye, buddy. Love you. Yeah, see you later. Okay, my kid's off to school. Anyway, yeah, I've been doing it, and I feel like it's really helping.
I wonder
love
what
to
the
be growing
cofactors are that are necessary to properly absorb the horsetail.
Well, he said as a tea, it's not as powerful.
No,
So
it's not.
this makes it more absorbable somehow, which to me, I'm like, choking this stuff down. I'm like, really? I'm going to, get this in me somehow, huh?
Do you have the capacity to make your own gel caps?
That's a good idea. I could. I haven't yet. I am kind of like a nature girl, and I'd rather chew on stems than.
Well,
No,
yes,
no.
I do too, to a certain degree, but if I got to choke it down, the
Uh-huh.
likelihood of me doing this long term is really short.
Yeah. I
So
get it. I'm probably speaking about it worse than it really is. It's.
I know what it feels like. It feels awful.
Right. It's so. And actually, I got one longer stem caught in my throat, and I was like, I can't get it out.
Oh no.
I did end up drinking a lot of water, and it finally moved. But
I
Yeah,
wonder
totally.
what it would be like to almost compound it, mix it with a fat
aha,
like butter, or I'm going to try tallow and see,
interesting.
because as a powder, that should make it help go down a lot easier.
Aha, yeah. I feel like my body has a harder time assimilating fats in general. So
Animal fats
that's
or vegetable fats.
I think fats in general right now. I'm just I need to do some cleansing. I feel like my liver is a bit compromised at the moment. But so I mean, and not that it's a permanent thing, but at least right now it's an issue for me.
Yeah. No, likewise. Do you happen to notice on your tongue if there's any kind of lumpies on the side?
What do you mean? In the powder?
No. On your physical tongue, is it smooth
Oh,
or is it lumpy?
sorry, I wasn't looking at them. Maybe it's a bit bumpy, but no, I don't think it's lumpy.
Well, even the bumpy, that's still an indication that you're correct. Your liver's a bit unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
my thought is that the liver organ and kidneys, they already do the detox. I seek to support their well-being. So with the dandelion and the burdock and the stinging nettle and other
Yeah.
things, instead of forcing them to function, to support them in what they just are meant to do.
Yeah. Very good call. Try to do a lot of bitters, and I actually drink a lot of dandelion tea, and I think it's been a long time since I've cleansed, and I'd like to just do something simple and just more intentional, just to give it a big break, and we'll see. We'll see what ends
I
up.
find that the more simple, the more likely I'm going to do it.
Exactly right. Yeah. I love hearing all your wisdom. I feel like I kind of hijacked the call to a different area.
Oh, no, I can consider that as well. It's just whatever comes up, comes up. Unless, of course, Paul has, more charts or higher thoughts to share.
Uh,
How does your garden grow, Paul?
it grows automatically.
It auto-populates.
Yeah.
It's almost as if you have somebody taking care of it for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's the kind of support I need. Can you come out here, Audrey Lynn?
I'd love to. It just takes an airline ticket.
Oh, the people I would bring, I tell you what.
Right?
I'm just looking at the charts here while you guys are chatting, and there's like everything's sideways right now. The only thing that was newsworthy, though, is that this morning the Japanese bank said that they were going to have to increase their interest rates. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, really.
So with an increase in interest rates, what they're trying to do is prevent inflation from running away on themselves, but that'll be the fourth increase over the last couple of years to try to stifle the inflation. So it'll only accelerate it in the long term. US also, looks like they're going to have to increase their interest rates.
Well, then Canada will too, hey?
Oh yeah, can bet your boots.
And when you see everybody's the trend is sideways, does that foretell something in itself sometimes?
Can you ask that again?
Like when everything is just going out to the side, does that sometimes mean that something is coming because everybody's just holding steady?
Yeah, it is. It's a indecision. That's what a sideways market is a sign of indecision. Yeah. And whether that means that something's coming or not, I don't know. Typically speaking, this is going into technical analysis, but whenever we see a narrowing or what's called a consolidation, typically speaking, we see breakouts that end up being like a mirror of what precursored the consolidation. So I'll give you an example here. Here is the ADA chart on the daily, and there was this area right here where everything just consolidated, went quiet from all the way from February through May. And so that period of time, we call that consolidation, where it didn't really get higher or lower. It just went straight sideways pretty much. But what occurred beforehand was a drop. And that drop extended about, let's just grab my ruler here, about 38% of a drop. And then after the consolidation, it dropped again. Look at that, about 38, 39%. So typically, whatever movement we see precursor consolidation or indecision is about the same size of move that we'll see coming out. Unless, of course, actual news happens. Like the thing is that when it comes to the markets now, because of just how much they are tied in with whatever Trump says, it's almost impossible to get any kind of prediction or hold on what the movements are going to be. And I think that it's going to continue to be that way probably for another 3 or 4 years before we start to see some normalcy. That it's just going to get more and more volatile. Why? Because that's how the system works. Like, look at how this is oil, and we are plotting out the money that was made based off of the trades that we see these people make. This is actually Trump's portfolio. I shouldn't say that. Trump's family's portfolio. Where starting out with $1 million, every time there was a fluctuation, they were changing positions. They were just, oh, now it's time to hold the US dollar. Why? Because oil's going down. Oh, now it's time to turn the dollar into oil. Why? Because it's going up. And that kind of thing exasperates the problem and makes it where they got to do it bigger and better every single time. So the volatility in oil that we've seen over this past while, you know, it gets used as an opportunity. And what do I mean by that? Well, you know, the Trump family going and making money, I actually don't really care so much about that. If I could do it, I would. Shit, yeah. If I was given the opportunity to do insider trading without consequence, where I don't go to prison, I'd do it. Right? Inside traders who go to prison, the only reason they go to prison is because the politicians don't like competition. That's all it is. So for me, I don't really have too much of a problem with this. Where I have a problem is that these oil prices that we're at right now, they're not all-time highs. The all-time high was way over here. Back, that's July. Yeah. July 2008 is when the oil was at all-time highs. 147, was that what it is? $147 a barrel. Do you know what gas prices were in 2000, average gas prices in 2008? I don't know what it was in the States, but up here, the equivalent would have been about, I got to do some math here. I remember getting fuel in 2008. I remember getting fuel at 70 cents a liter, which in American, that's like $2.40, but that's Canadian dollars, probably the equivalent of like $1.70 US a gallon. That was when oil was the all-time high. It's never been higher than that back in 2008. Today, oil prices are way down. Oil prices today are down from that $141 or $147 right there. Oil prices are down 44%. But why is it that at the pump, they're at all-time highs? Oh, right, because it's an opportunity to capitalize on the volatility. All they got to do is convince people there's a war and they won't rebel against fuel prices. That's literally all it is. People are like, oh, gas prices are going up. Why? Oh, because of the war. No. Because if it was because of the war, all of this price volatility would not have resulted in a price at the pump greater than 80 cents a liter. But here we are now at $1. What is it? What is it for diesel now? $1.80?
$1.95.
$1.95 a liter. So now we're getting close to $8 a gallon.
Oh.
Right? So yeah. That's where I start feeling like dropping my gloves. That's where I see the injustice. I don't see the problem in doing the insider trading. It's kind of fun to watch, actually. Oh, look at that. They've increased the size of their family's wealth has increased by about 6 times since the war started. 600%. And the chart looks sideways. Technically, right? This is before the war here. $64, and then the high was only $119. And it's just been going sideways ever since. You know, we averaged it out, and they've 6x'd. I admire their capacity to make that kind of money. They're either really smart or really lucky, and I tend to go toward the latter, or former.
Uh-huh.
Former.
So wouldn't it also be that they that he
You broke up there,
Move
Cara.
party?
What was that? Sorry, Cara, you
I was
broke up.
just saying, wouldn't it also? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
go for it.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah, I am entering real bad service. I was just saying, since he knows the direction things are going, wouldn't that help him out?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And he even said February last year when he was, he would just threaten a country with tariffs and their currency would fluctuate. Like, that's all he had to do. Just threaten a country. He didn't even actually impose half of the tariffs that he threatened, and the markets would fluctuate. And he was asked point blank on Air Force One by a journalist, how do you feel about the fact that you're making all the money off of these market swings? And his response was, the stock market is basically like a casino. That was his reply.
There you go.
So, yeah, where I get upset, because he's right, it is like a casino. You think about it. If your wealth is in a stock and the CEO ends up going on a cocaine binge and can't do his job, the stock goes down.
Mm.
Right? If you're going to go into something, or let's use another example. Let's say the American dollar, which is just another stock, by the way, it's just another meme coin. If Trump can literally open his mouth and threaten a country with tariffs, and that changes the price of the dollar, I think to myself, of course they're going to weaponize that against the people. And that's what upsets me. The high fuel prices have absolutely nothing to do with the price of the barrel of oil. It has everything to do with the decimation, the economic decimation that is in the agenda. They need people to want the reset. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to pull it off. And so by exasperating the financial situation, they would be able to sell people on the next meme coin.
Wow.
Yeah. And, like I was sharing first thing at the beginning of the call, it's like, I wish that I could present what it is that I know and be able to share my perspective in a way that lands for people and they get it. And it's like, oh man, I might not agree with what Paul is saying is the solution, but I cannot deny that we can't continue going forward, right? Like, if this is the trajectory that we're on, we have to get off of the ride.
Did you show the meme you showed me this morning with the $100 bill?
Oh no, I didn't. Yeah, it was a good one. A picture of the $100 bill, and it said, "The worst shit coin ever. I bought this thing in 2012, and it's lost 50% of its value."
Right.
So yeah, that's where That's my perspective on it, on especially the oil thing. I mean, even the US dollar, right? Like here's the Dow Jones. Dow Jones just came up from another all-time high, 54,747. It's back down a little bit by about $1,000 right now, but like we've been tracking, the value of the market, this index against gold and silver, hasn't moved. In fact, I'm going to just scroll back a little bit. Oh, where's my reset? There it is. If I just scroll back to when the tariffs were at their worst, right here, it was 12 ounces to buy one index of the Dow Jones. 12 ounces. It fluctuated since then, but today it is literally 12 ounces, 12.36, the very same. So they are telling us, look at how the market has gone up. You know, things are better now, up 46%. And yet, when you compare it to an asset that retains its value across centuries, how do we know this? Because right now, an ounce of gold is about $4,300 US, which is about the price of a nice suit. If you want to get a nice three-piece suit, tailored, custom, all the rest, you're getting nice fine fabric from Italy, or maybe some linen from Turkey or something like that. You're going to be paying about $4,400. 2,000 years ago, a Roman centurion who would have been a high-ranking military officer would be able to clothe himself finely for about an ounce of gold. So across all time, culture, countries, jurisdictions, currencies, gold maintains its value. So here's gold. 2 years ago, a year ago, a year and a little bit ago, precisely 497 days, the dollar shows that it's gone up in value. I say this index has shown that it's gone up in value by 47%, but it's remained the same in gold, which tells us that they are lying about the value of the dollar. They have not, it hasn't gone up at all. And yet people are in that illusion that it's getting better.
Well,
And again, I have this tendency to think that the reset is tomorrow. That's my weakness.
Mm.
When I look at it more rationally, I see this as a very much a playing out of a crisis that necessitates a solution. Problem, reaction, solution. The good old Hegelian dialectic. The oldest and most effective social engineering formula that exists.
Right.
And the problem that they're creating right now is the collapse of a currency. And unfortunately, most people are going to think that it's a result of the war. It's going to be a result of the rising oil prices. It's going to be a result of AI, or it's going to be a result of whatever stock market meme coin index chart that they look at. When in fact, it's a problem that's been exacerbated by the financial system for about 5,000 years. And it works so well at being able to, it works so well as a means to manipulate people that the reaction that people will predictably have is, somebody's gotta do something. There ought to be a law, or whatever other platitude people say to justify the initiation of force. And I think that we're going to see people over the next little while, especially with the exasperation, the other crisis, the migrant crisis, they call it, people are going to demand digital IDs soon.
Right.
Otherwise, how are they going to be able to keep track of all these people and where they're at? Because that's the people's reaction to the problem. There's also going to be another reaction when, you know, the dollar is collapsed. The government has to do something. And then the government will say, oh, we have this solution. Look, it's a new digital currency that is, you know, it's like the Genius Act. The digital currency, they call it the strategic reserve of digital currencies. They're backing the next set of the coins, dollars. They're going to use stable coins to convince people to change their one form of currency for their new form. And the Genius Act just paves the way for people to start using cryptocurrencies within the legal realm.
Mm-hmm.
And that I'm of the mind that the offer is going to be so enticing. People are going to be experiencing, you know, what we saw, the kind of thing that we saw in Venezuela, by the way. In 2017, 2018, Venezuela experienced 300,000% inflation.
Oh my God.
In 1 year. And the reason I knew this was because I was actually, I hired a virtual assistant from Venezuela and I paid him $5 an hour Canadian, which is like $3 an hour American. And he was living like a king in an apartment with his girlfriend, paid all her bills and everything.
Wow.
But there, he was showing me pictures of their farmers markets where people were weaving baskets out of the paper currency because it was worth more as a basket than it was as paper, as currency.
Wow.
Yeah. Dresses. People were literally crafting dresses out of the paper currency because it was worth more as a dress than the mountains. If you do some Googling, it's not difficult to find pictures of German families with wheelbarrows of currency to go on a grocery shopping trip.
Wow.
And hoping that by the time they got there that the prices hadn't increased.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Right. Wow.
My grandfather experienced that.
Oh.
Where he was literally sent with money to go get milk, and by the time he got to the store, the price had changed.
Yikes.
And so that is another problem. It's going to invoke a reaction, and the government will provide the solution just in the nick of time.
Yeah, exactly.
Almost as if they knew the problem existed. Oh, right, because they created it.
Right.
And so the wheel in the sky keeps on
So
turning.
turning. Oy, well, I must go. I have another call at top of the hour.
Well, it was wonderful to see you.
Well, did you see me?
Oh, well, I meant be present with you. Oh, and now it's like your microphone all of a sudden stopped working. It's almost like your camera muted your microphone or something. Yes. Oh, now you're muted. I barely hear you. And now it sounds like you're talking to me through the old tin can with the old phones. You could do it from one room to the other. That's what it sounds like. Maybe turn off your microphone or turn off your camera again and see if the microphone goes back.
Can you hear me?
It's better.
I don't know. I moved to the more private technology and supposedly
Yeah.
nothing works that well, but I was having a lot of trouble with my iPhone anyway, so who knows?
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Paul.
Most
Maybe
welcome.
I'll catch you guys again tomorrow.
Yeah. Have a good rest of the day.
Okay. Aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha.